Hello and welcome to another edition of Tennis Talks, and this time we wanted to focus on the fantastic opportunity that Queensland tennis clubs have to increase their court usage and obviously revenue with it. I'm joined by Jason Reynolds from the Tewantin Tennis Club. Jason, Tewantin has had an online court booking system since 2017. Why did you have it installed in the first place?
Well, we're in a reasonably remote location where we are at Tewantin. So it's always difficult for visitors to actually arrive and book a court, without someone being around. And of course, people want to book a court any time of the day or night. So it only made sense to us to install the system just to boost our revenue and also give people plenty of access to the courts.
So once the system's in, what do you need to do to maintain it? Or is it just as simple as set it and forget?
Basically, the only thing you need to do is take in the money, essentially. So there's not a lot to do. Once everything is installed, everything is automatic. There are PIN numbers given to the person that has actually booked the court. They just put the PIN in and open up the gate, and that's it. And if they're playing at night, the lights will come on automatically exactly for the period that they're playing. So there's really nothing you have to do. You just settle down and relax.
So I suppose the question that everyone really wants an answer to is, has it led to more people playing, and has it led to more money and revenue for your club?
Yes, well, as you said, we've had it for nearly 4 years now. Now, the first year we as I said, we're in a remote location. We got about $1,000 in total income from Booker Court. The next year, second year, we got $1,600. So it was quite a bit of an increase. The third year it was over $3,000, and we're in the fourth year now, and I think it's about plateaued out. I think we'll get about 3,000 again this year. But of course, there's been things that have affected us in the last couple of years, specifically COVID, so that's made a bit of an impact, I would think. But we seem to be going along pretty well at the moment as far as the income's concerned.
Yeah, and I suppose in the pandemic situation that we're in, whilst it could be a hindrance, I suppose, in some instances with being in lockdown, it's also beneficial where people have been allowed to continue playing, but the volunteers perhaps haven't had the resource to open up the courts. Therefore, having that contactless approach would certainly be beneficial during a pandemic. That's
correct. We've actually ensured that all our members use the Booker Court system to get a court during the COVID time, so that we've got a good record of exactly who's been using courts. And it's good for the members too, because they know exactly what times it's easy to book on. It's easy to find a spot for themselves. They know when a court's vacant, and they can just log on and go down, basically. Very simple.
And what would you say, Jason, to a club that was perhaps sitting on the fence on getting an online court booking system and a gate access system?
Well, I think it's very good for the club. I mean, you've talked about problems with tennis in general, about people wanting flexibility with playing on courts. It's one of the most flexible systems you can possibly have. You don't have to worry about cash being kept at the club at all. It's all done through credit cards. There's just the positives far outweigh the negatives. You don't have to have people down there looking after anything at all. And we've had no troubles in the 4 years that we've had the system running.
No, it's fantastic, and it's definitely the way to go. And at the moment, Tennis Queensland is taking expressions of interest from clubs who might want to join this online court booking revolution. 100 clubs will be eligible for a completely free system as part of the Queensland government drive to help local clubs and communities stay healthy. So, Jason, thanks very much for joining us. Much appreciated. Keep up the great work. And to everybody else, thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks, Mark. My pleasure.